Behind every mask is a heartbeat, a story, a split second that changes everything. This is where the smoke clears and the people under the helmets are finally seen. This
Behind the
is
mask. We step inside the volunteer firehouses of Pennsylvania's coal region to meet the everyday people who answer the call.
Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are continuing on for a series of Behind the Mask. We are in Elysburg, Pennsylvania today. We're going to check out Station 170. We're going to go inside, take a look around, get a little station tour and history lesson. And we're going to meet the men and women behind the mask. So let's crack on, ladies and gentlemen.
Dennis Crow, Fire Chief, Elysburg Fire Company.
Austin Balchunas, I'm a firefighter. I'm Ethan Rowan, also a firefighter.
Hunter Sherrill, also a firefighter.
I'm Nick Sandry, I'm also a firefighter.
I am Stevie Spieshak, I am a paramedic.
I'm Holly Schmidt, one of our junior firefighters.
I'm Aaron Crow, I'm a firefighter, and I'm also the captain here.
All right, so welcome to the Elysburg Fire Department. We were chartered in 1919. In the mid-'80s, or our original station was on West Mill Street, just a small one. They bought the what is Vic's transmission now. That's where the station was until the mid-'80s when we bought this building and moved up here. When they bought this building, it was only the 3 bays. So the ambulance bay was added, and then the bays out the back, which we'll take a walk through there and take a look at those. They were added also in the mid-'80s when the station was purchased and moved from the smaller one up to this bigger building. So this is our, we call this the firefighter lounge. This is where folks can come in and just relax a little bit. If they get a meal in town, come in here. We do hold some small trainings in here, smaller meetings can handle in here, but it's kind of this is just the place to come in after a call or just to kind of relax and take it easy. TV that works, there's a gaming system for the younger folks that are
Keep them here at the station.
more into that, yep, and
Then a little
desk there to
officer.
do the chief's office, chief work, that type of thing, or any administrative office really. And then some history hanging on the walls, some of our plaques that we like to recognize folks that have taken Firefighter 1, Firefighter 2, driver operator certifications, and then we do some Firefighter of the Year stuff, Junior Firefighter of the Year, those types of things are some of the recognition plaques.
So this is Squad 175. This is our primary piece. It's a 2016 KME rescue engine, 1,500 gallon per minute pump, 750 gallon tank. What was unique to our department about this piece is in 2016 we had an older engine and older rescue. We were looking to combine into one piece for several reasons. Age of apparatus, harder to get 2 pieces out, especially during the daytime. So this was our collaboration of that, trying to put 2 pieces in one. So it's an engine rescue combination piece. Has seating for 8 firefighters. It's pretty roomy because, like I said, we were going from 2 pieces to 1. We didn't want to cram on room, so we did a little bigger cab, taller cab, 8 seats. Our first compartment underneath the cab, similar to the other side, this one actually goes through in the middle here. 2 extinguishers, a couple hooks on this side. On this side you can see there's a spare PPE bag in case someone were to forget a hood or a set of gloves. We have extra in there. First compartment's our pump compartment. Everything's color coded and laid out. In here we have 3 pre-connected cross lays. They're the same on both our pieces. Orange, white, yellow, red's on the front, and everything's color coordinated with discharges and gauges for each hose line, so it's easier for the driver and the fire crew to communicate and know which line they need to charge. We have our deck gun, which they'll show you later up top. It's actually remote control operated. Next compartment is kind of a mix. When we put this truck together, we tried to do fire suppression stuff more so on one side, rescue stuff on the other. So this is kind of driver's compartment slash extra storage and air tool compartments. So we have different adapters and fittings here. We actually have a telescoping light tower up top, which they'll show you in a little bit. This is how it's controlled. Onboard generator, all LED scene lighting. Stuff up top for chimney fires. We have airbags for lifting cars, lifting pieces of machinery. They're actually under here too. You can kind of see the airbags.
Very durable ones.
Yep. Extra hose,
All different
in
sizes.
case you need to add a little bit onto a hose line, different nozzles. This side we have an onboard cascade system. So there's big cylinders up top filled with compressed air, which can be controlled here to fill our air cylinders on scene. This can also control air tools through this hose. It's a 100 feet retractable reel. Our air tools are up there, different cutoff wheels. In here we have spare cylinders for our air packs. Not all of them are here right now because they're out for their 5-year hydro recertification testing.
That's a good question there. How long would a cylinder last?
Typically, the whole air pack system, it's good for 15 years. The cylinders can go longer as they get recertified. But
So yeah, every 5 years they have to be tested.
yep, a lot of things in the fire service, you know, they kind of have an expiration date on them. Like our turnout gear is good for 10 years. Air pack cylinder stuff, 15. Apparatus technically is 20.
Somewhere longer.
A lot of times, especially around here, unfortunately, some of that stuff has to get pushed a little longer. Apparatus is typically the big thing for that, just because of how much they've gone up in price and how much equipment cost over the years.
And then the backlog on waiting on them.
Exactly, yep.
Yeah.
And all that, we have to fundraise for all that. Dual-sided tool board, just to help maximize some storage with hand tools from 2 pieces into 1.
Really nice.
A lot of compliments there. 2 spare air packs sitting up here on the shelf. This compartment is also, we do RIT, or rapid intervention, so we're a rescue team that gets called different places throughout the county, and our main job is when we get to a fire, we're on standby in case something would happen to a firefighter working inside or they would get hurt. We're the designated team that goes and intervenes with that down firefighter. So all our stuff's here for that. Air pack we can take inside to hook to another firefighter. Different rope for the RIT stuff. This tool can cut turnout gear to get a firefighter out of it really quick once they're outside.
Which is
large
a very
area
tough
search
material to cut.
Yes, definitely. On the back, 2 compartments that have our hard suction sleeves in them.
Nice
That's
and
basically
hidden
for rural water for drafting. Kind of like a big straw, for lack of better terms.
And we know the term of blitz fire for that.
Yep, portable master stream. On this too, like every other engine, we carry 1,000 feet of 5-inch, 300 feet of 3-inch. We have a 300-foot smoothbore attack line, a 200-foot 2.5 smoothbore attack line. Our lines in the front, I can show you when we're on the other side too. We have a bumper line on each, 3 cross lays, and everything's the same for both the squad and our tanker, which is also an engine. Colors are the same, hose lengths are the same, hose diameters are all the same, so it's even across the board for ladder storage. 14 and 24 All-Star Stokes basket. Extra pike poles, attic ladder.
No cobwebs in there. Nice and clean.
Flares, traffic cones, collapsible because we need all the room we can get on this one. Small sections of 5-inch, so when we lay into the scene from a fire, if it's not totally appropriate to pull another section of larger 5-inch off, we have shorter sections that you can hook in. A lot of the times we go into the rear intake here. That's how we've always kind of been. You do have intakes on either sides. Another thing that Chief pointed out too, we have a portable winch in here. So we've used this actually a couple times already in different vehicle accidents. This can go into 4 different winch points on the truck. There's one in the back, 2 on each side, and then 1 in the front. We can just take it out, pin it, hook it up, and do whatever we need to do with it.
So you get a lot of vehicle accidents up here because of having knobles, I imagine.
It comes and goes. It honestly depends on the season. Sometimes we get more, sometimes not. So again, this side was mainly set up for the vehicle rescue side, so you'll see more of that on here. Assortment of wedges, 2x4s, 4x4s, 6x6s, step chocks. You even have a floor jack here in case you need to. This is also where we keep our rescue struts. We got these a couple years ago to be more in line with some other companies around us that are mutual aid departments. They run all paratech equipment, so we made the switch for that. So it's a lot better collaborative effort if we need to use them on calls together. And plus, a lot of the parts and pieces are interchangeable, so if we already have something set up, another company come in and they can not necessarily put on what we already have, but they can
Operate the
so
same.
up top in our coffin compartments, the one back here, we have an oil dry hopper. So instead of keeping them in separate buckets, we have collapsible buckets on here. We can just push this out, put it into a bucket if we need to use oil dry on an
So
accident.
it dispenses out, or does it suck in?
It dispenses out. Yep,
Dispenses
there's a little,
out, okay.
a little tab here you can pull, which opens the flow and out it comes.
Oh, that's nifty. I like that. Saves you from carrying the buckets and bags, like you said.
Yep. All our rope rescue stuff here, we have the exact same setup with our hardware, lengths of rope bags up top.
And how often would you have to do a rope rescue, by chance?
Not too often.
That's good to hear.
Usually one, maybe two every couple years.
So you do more training than you actually do with the.
Yep.
Than you would have to actually use it. So that's a plus, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. They're labeled for each. We have some different other lifting tools, sidewinders, bottle jacks, straps, there for the paratechs as well, brooms, a whole cache of DeWalt tools, from screwdrivers, saws, band saws, ratchets. Next compartment, these are our hydraulic rescue tools. We just switched over last year to have a full hydraulic battery complement. We had an old onboard system that was just kind of we needed something stronger and a little more quicker for the newer metals that they're coming out with vehicles. So we'd actually purchased a cutter and spreader prior to upgrading the rest of our fleet about 2 years ago. And last year we had the funding and we were able to do it. So we're now 100% hydraulic. And we have some tools here as well as on the front. We have 2 cutters, 2 spreaders, and a hydraulic ram on this one. Puncture a windshield or cut a windshield. We also have a Sawzall there if we need to cut a windshield as well. Below that's all our chain for vehicle rescue, and then we have a man-and-machine kit and a lockout tagout kit if someone were to be trapped or stuck in a piece of equipment or machinery.
Man versus machine kit a couple of times now. What exactly does that mean?
Basically, it's just a smaller set of tools, like Dremels, stuff like that. If someone has even if their ring's stuck on their finger, we have a small little saw to cut off the ring and like little spoons that are flattened out you can put behind it to cut the ring off. Or if someone's stuck in a machine at one of our manufacturing plants, we have all that in there to just take parts and pieces apart. Yep. Okay. And obviously with that, we pushed that our lockout tagout goes with that. So if you're ever working on someone that's unfortunately stuck in a machine, you want to make sure it's totally unplugged, turned off. Everything in the lockout tagout kit is there to appropriately do that. Other side of our pump compartment, our other hose lines, most of them come off this side. But again, like I said, it's the exact same setup as our tanker as it is on here. These are all 200 feet of 1 3/4, and we have a 100-foot bundle of 1 3/4 high-rise hose. Or as we call it around here, industrial packs. Because we don't. Again, more extinguishers and hooks, EMS bag, and the AED, if we have a medical call or need that, is underneath the seats in the cab. Officer seat. We have an iPad that has all of our mapping system. We have a direct link to the CAD system on there through the 911 center that we can see call information. We can even use it to push a button to call responding or mark on scene if needed, if radio traffic's too busy.
And when you're traveling, say lights and sirens on and everything, and the officer's sitting here, is he able to communicate with the guys in the back?
Yeah, it's actually pretty quiet.
So it's pretty quiet inside.
Probably 2-3 years ago, we actually decided to get headsets for the driver and the officer so they could better talk about directions, water supply operations.
That's what that is there.
Just making sure they're getting all the radio traffic relayed by the incident commander. That's even helpful for us if we're going on one of our RIC calls. It allows at least part of the crew to focus in and really better hear the fireground radio traffic as over the sirens and everything going down the road.
Oh, wow, right in the front too.
Front bumper setup, again, that's our other spreader and our hydraulic ram. And then we have 150 feet bumper line, quick deploy pack. your shot again with the lights on.
Alrighty, so in this compartment here, we have oil dry. We use it for our accident, any type of fluids that we have that you may have seen earlier. In a compartment down there, and then we have a tube system. We can pull the stop out, and then it'll filter the oil dry down through the tube, and we fill the buckets up. And then once we get the buckets filled up, we take it over to the fluids, dump it on the fluids, and then we spread it out, make sure we soak up the majority of the liquids on
Okay, so in these two compartments, we have some hazmat stuff. The white stuff there are booms, so it's kind of like it acts as a dam. If you have a fluid that's running down a roadway or anywhere really, you could put that down and it acts as a dam, like I said. The gray and the white down there, those are both pads, like absorbent pads for oil or anything that has spilled. We have two ladders called the Little Giant. That's the Little Giant. So if we're in a house and say somebody can't reach the ceiling and there's a smoke detector that needs taken down or something, you can easily put that up, and it's not like a huge ladder. The wooden pieces there are just bigger pieces of cribbing, say for like a tractor trailer or something, like a big vehicle. Like they mentioned down there, it's the cribbing, but these are just bigger pieces. If we pan over to the other side, this middle compartment here, this is where we store some of the stuff, like the reels that were in the compartments down there, the air for the cascade system. Like it says in that yellow box there, that's hazmat supply. So there's plugs, patches, putty and all that in there to stop leaks and stuff. More of the oil absorbent pads. When we get to our rope rescue, there's a lot of rope rescue stuff up here as well as down in the compartments down there. We also have some water rescue stuff. There's lots of creeks and lakes, ponds and stuff around here. And what we're standing on right now is the hose bed. So this part that you're standing on there will move back and then it lifts up. So you can easily access the hose bed. And then we could repack the 5-inch or whatever hose we pull off at the top. So in the open area up there, that is our deck gun. So if there's a building that's on fire that is not safe to go inside and there's a lot of fire, we can use the deck gun to put that out from the exterior. And then up farther is our light tower. So like the scene lights that were in the truck down below, this is one that is on the truck. We can use it. There's a remote down in the pump panel that we could use to turn it on and point it whichever direction.
Easier to pack it that way, right?
Yep. We normally have 1 to 2 people on each side. They feed the cross layup. We have one person up here, make sure everything stays tight and folded the right way. That way it doesn't leave it a mess and it's easy deployed when we need it again.
You just said there was a remote control from down below as well?
Yep, we have in our pump panel, we have a remote control for this. That way we can control the height that it goes, the deployment of the water. It's all controlled.
So this is our meeting room and training room. Over the years, changes have been made to the station. In 2019, 2020, we decided to make a big renovation and change this from just a fire hall to more of a training facility and more of a banquet hall in the back. So we replaced this was all one big room at one time, so we shortened it about half, added a couple restrooms in the back.
Hi, I'm Holly Schmidt. I'm one of our junior firefighters here. This is a 2009 Chevy Silverado. We got it back in 2024. This is our utility 170. We typically use this if we have guys coming to the station and they might not be able to drive, or we have extra guys coming. Snowstorm a while back and we thought it was easier to take this out, so we take this for EMS assist maybe, and if it's easier to take this if we can't get the truck out on the road. In the first compartment you have cribbing, just in case there's a vehicle accident and say we have extra guys coming, or maybe again like the snowstorm. Stream light, that could be used for fire, basic lighting anywhere. Hazmat pads for any hazmat incident. In here we have our combi tool, just like you saw over there in our squad. Brooms, shovel for cleanup. In here, again, for more accidents, we have flares, an extinguisher, oil dry, stuff for our saws and caution tape. A lot of snow shovels back here because of that storm.
Snow shovels.
Yepper. And rakes back here for brush fires, cones, just if we need to close off a roadway. I know sometimes up here, the Natalie Mountain, we get called out to shut that down. Back in 2024, we still are adding some things to it. Right here is just some oil dry, just in case if we ever need that on an accident. And in here we have our saws, leaf blower, if you ever need to get any debris off the roadway, get them into a pile. And then in here, this is all EMS equipment. You have your med bags, you have gauze, gloves. Up here, anything for accidents if maybe this is the first thing on scene. In there you'll see some vests. We always make sure our guys have our vests on, flashlights, radios.
Just similar to the cabinets over here as well.
Yeah, they're very similar.
So it's about the same amount.
Yeah.
It's about 5 people at the most.
Yepper.
So this area, as I said, is it's called Farringer Hall. That was the name we came up with back when we made the renovations, and Farringer is actually the last name of the original president of the fire company. So we all thought that was a fitting name to name the banquet hall Farringer Hall. So it's set up for a lot of wedding events. There are some corporate events that come in here. We'll do some bigger trainings in here as well. It's set up with overhead projectors and screens, those types of things
Really nice.
for folks.
And it's set up for an event for tomorrow.
Yep, it's all
So
set
it
up.
gets quite a lot of use, I imagine?
Yeah, it gets rented out quite a bit. You can find the website, it's Farringer Hall, and then you can work on have the contact information there for rentals. As far as the rentals go, this is set up. This is not a social club or anything. This is all for rentals. The bar and the coolers for serving beverages to folks that rent the hall.
This is our tanker 174. It is a 2022 Sutphen engine tanker. We got it, I believe, in 2022, right, Aaron? Yeah, 2022. We got it in 2022. We've had it since. It's seen a lot of fires. We take this normally first piece if we have a fire in our first due, just because it holds more water.
For like being in the Royal community.
Correct.
Not
yeah.
a lot of hydrants out here.
Yep. And we do get called for a lot of different like tanker task force calls throughout the county.
Depending on the township, there's different areas that either have hydrants and don't. So it's just a valuable piece to have on the scene of a fire. Starting on the front, we have a front bumper load. Commonly found, I consider it called the Kenton load, but it's a easy load to deploy on scene of car fires, any outdoor type fire, dumpster fires. Flips up like this. You have a donut roll right here. Normally grab it with your right hand, swoop around, grab these with your left hand, pull out forward, and then you pull these out, and it's an easy deployment front load to get off the bumper of the truck. Other than that, you have a little sledgehammer up here in the front. Everything else to hit a hydrant, easy access equipment.
We got bumper intake there.
Yeah, yep, absolutely. 5-inch.
It's set up pretty similar to the squad that we have, just for easy remembering where everything's at.
Not as roomy
No, the front half of the truck is definitely smaller than the squad. Same with the back. Like I said, it's set up a lot similar to the squad. This is a 6-seater instead of an 8-seater like our squad is. Yep. For the majority.
It's not as roomy as the squad, though.
Yeah, definitely smaller. We carry a lot more water on this than the squad.
All right, so the pump here that we have set up is very similar to the squad. It's a 1,500 gallon per minute pump, 2,500 gallon tank on the truck. We have 3 color oscillates up here, all different color coded for easy operations when you're pumping. Makes it easier for the driver so they know what lines are which when they need to deploy them or charge them up on any type of residential or commercial, any type of fire that you're pulling a line for. You have all your tools up here to make your connections to any of the pumps, and you have an extra set of 5-inch down here if we need to make a closer connection to the pump. If the 5-inch is as long, or you just need an extra length of the 5-inch. Very straightforward pump, it's easy. You have all your dials, everything like that's right there.
Similar to the squad, we have a lot of our fire stuff on this side. We don't carry as much rescue stuff on this because it doesn't go to too many accidents. We have extra hose here, also extra nozzles, a bunch of different connections up top. Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Back in this one, it's smaller than the one on the squad, however, same concept. We have tools in the front, tools on the back. We do not carry the RIT equipment in here because that's more of a squad job.
Right here's our saw compartment, very basic setup. We have our rotary saw and our regular chainsaw, both used for ventilations. That's a diamond blade that we have on it. It's a stronger type blade, easier to cut with. All of our fuel and oil. Small little compartment, but it's set up with what we need. Right below it is our cylinders. We don't have one in here right now. We have a lot of cylinders on the truck, but normally if we had a cylinder, we would throw it right in here. Absolutely.
A lot of the cylinders are out getting.
Yeah, right. Yep, we're getting them hydro tested right now. Right here's our other compartment with any of our tools. We have our bits and stuff like that, batteries, extra stuff like that. When you're using it, you always need those extra tools on scene. Expandable cones are down there, and then other hydrant tools down here. So you have our connections and stuff like that. Spanner wrenches, stuff like that. We have a utility rope bag. Never know when you can use rope. We also have our foam system under here, which can be easily connected to a line when you're pulling it off. Yeah, yep. It's pretty neat to have something like that, so you don't need to have a whole calf system on your truck. So up top we have 1,000 feet of 5-inch. It meets all the specifications, not only to be a tanker, but an engine as well. On the side, we have our color-coded lines on the side, easy for the pump operators to identify which lines people need to charge when in the back. Also in the back we have our rear intakes. Also fills up the pump, can supply the water to refill the tank as well. This is our rear discharge, where if we're running tanker operations and we need to dump into a tank or a pond, we call it, you can flow water into that opens up, and there's actually 2 more of those on the truck, one on the right side, which is the passenger side, one on the driver's side, which whatever, left side, whatever you want to call it. All of our controls are right here. So you have our rear chute, your dumps, your right chute, your right dump, and then your tank, which we would lower, and it would lower down off the side of the passenger side here, and that would be the tank to fill the water up in. So we can make our own little, what do you want to say, swimming pool. But yeah, right here, all you want to do, hold the button down. So it's just easy for us to get the tank off the side if we need to make up any type of water supply for us in any rural fire ground operation. Also in the back here, we have our roof ladders. We have a 14-foot roof ladder and 24 extension ladder, as well as 2 New York roof hooks and 2 drywall hooks. We also have an attic ladder up here under here, kind of hidden. But that's if we need to climb from like a 2nd story into an attic. Just easy access instead of using those old house stairs. Sure. It is. We have a nice rear step here. Also on the side here, we have steps that can help us get up here if we need to. The truck's very well made, so someone standing on here from 150 to 300 pounds, it's not going to do much to the truck at all. Also,
I don't know if the camera's going to do it justice, but that is a tall
yeah, it's very high. That's why we also have this webbing up here, that if we need to pull it down, we can pull it down, and it's going to pull that line to come down here. Oh, absolutely. Yep.
Oh, yeah, and then they're over there, too.
Yep.
Okay.
It's also like that on the squad.
In this section here, we have chimney bucket. We have some chimney kits in here. We have some flares if we ever need them. Tool bag, Gorilla tape. Not sure why that's in there, but I'm sure we used it. And some water just in case we know our firefighters get tired. You know. In here, just like the other side, we have extra cylinders for our air packs. We have 2 in here, 2 more up there.
These are extinguishers.
Oh. And then in here we have our passenger side chute for our dump operations. Oh yeah, comes out pretty fast.
So in this compartment, we have a ventilation fan. In here is cords, so you can hook it up. These are portable scene lights. They extend, and then they have things that you can shove into the ground so they don't fall. Very bright. Salvage tarps, so if there's stuff in the fire that didn't get affected, you can put that over and it won't get affected. Like on the other side, we have extra 5-inch. There's 2 discharges here and an intake, and you can pull the hose line off of this side as well. Each of these are 200 feet, 1 3/4 inch cross lace.
The yellow and the orange sections can be pulled from the passenger side, and the white section gets pulled.
This area is our back area of the kitchen. This is what we call the prep area. So any of the fundraiser we have, this is just kind of a prep area or food holding area. It's not really a kitchen to prepare a lot of food, but a lot of the events do caterings, and they'll come in and use this equipment for holding their meals.
Really nice area. It's nice and clean.
We try. This is the main part of the kitchen. There's an event, I believe, rented out tomorrow, so that's why you see some of the stuff here. But it's usually not full of cupcakes.
But that's all right.
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure all the lights are on in the back here so you can see a little better.
So this is the Elysburg ambulance that is staffed 24/7 by 35 paid EMTs, paramedics, pre-hospital nurses, and pre-hospital PAs. With our ambulance, we cover about 100 square miles between 3 counties. This is our truck 172. We'll go ahead and start to show you around the outside of it.
So truck 172, while I'll show you the inside of the truck, is one of the 2 ambulances that we have here at Elysburg. Our other one is ambulance 170. Both trucks are set up this pretty much the same way. This is actually the newest truck of both of them. This one we just got in 2024, if I'm correct. Yeah, 2024 is when we just got this one. All right, so right here we have our main onboard oxygen system. This supplies oxygen throughout the truck, so if we're inside of the back of the truck, we need oxygen, we can hook up our nasal cannulas or our non-rebreather masks to it, which helps supply the patient's oxygen. We can turn it on, and it gives us a nice amount of oxygen and quickly to the patients inside. Up here is our body armor and our combat casualty care equipment. Stevie, if you want to explain that a little more.
So most of our providers here are certified in the tactical emergency casualty care, meaning that we have specialized training related to MCI type situations. So we encourage all of our staff here at Elysburg to go ahead and get that training, and we do usually host a class about once a year. We also carry things within the backside of the ambulance that help us more with that casualty care in an MCI situation related to like color coding and triage and all those types of things.
Yeah, so kind of jumping from that compartment to this compartment. This is kind of like a miscellaneous compartment. We have tools, equipments, a water can, and cribbing on this truck. Most of our employees are actually cross-trained in fire and EMS. We actually have a lot of our EMS providers, our EMS guys here have our gear over here. A lot of them also have it on the other side. But like I said, we're cross-trained, so we have our water can, so we know how to deploy that if we have a small fire. We have our tools, our Halligan, axes, and then vehicle cribbing. So when we're rolling up on scenes, car accidents, if it's nothing like a major injury accident or there's no injuries, we can help the fire guys with cribbing the vehicle, stopping it, keeping it safe, as well as deploying oil dry down to all the oils and fluids that can be down on a car accident. Again, like I said, tools for doing fire related. So right here is our one of our compartments here. We have our triage tarps in here. Like I said, kind of on the fire truck, on the tanker, everything's kind of color coded. If you've been working in EMS, if you have EMS training, you can kind of understand what the different colors mean. And it's easy for other EMS providers. It's kind of a universal sign of where to put patients based on their
priority.
Their priority in an event. So you have your green, which are like our walking wounded. You have your yellow. It kind of just goes up more by color.
Severity goes up.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, absolutely. And then in our last compartment, Stevie, if you want to explain the body armor.
So here at Elysburg, we do provide body armor for every person that is currently on staff. We have our helmets there for protection. We have our MCI vest kit, so when we're on the scene and we take over the primary care, we're able to label everyone so we can have an idea of what is going on, because that kind of scene can be very chaotic. We do a lot of training here on MCI and, like I said before, tactical rescue kind of situations. Back here in this compartment, we have a lot of devices that we use for patient extrication, for different circumstances. We have a stair chair, some different type of backboards. Of course, we have cervical collars and devices to secure their cervical spine to the board to restrict motion.
All these boards are set up so it's easy to get patients in and out of places, as well as, to prevent further injury to the
Elysburg
patient.
EMS, we really do put forth out into the EMS community as a whole a lot of education. So our leader here, Matt Psycho, does put on a lot of education nights where we do continuing education for not just the staff here at Elysburg, but typically open to all of the community in EMS. We always try to implement the most cutting edge things that we are able to get our hands on here. So we do have a Lucas device that is able to apply a mechanical CPR to a patient. We have been working on getting IV pumps. So that's something that is on the other truck. Towards the back of the truck, we just have some BLS bandaging supplies, extra sheets to keep the patients warm. That is such a thing.
All right, so in both of our trucks that we've had a power load system in both of our ambulances for quite a while now. Matt has been great with getting the stuff, the new equipment, the new systems into the trucks and implemented. So it helps us out a lot better when we're out working. So this is called a power load system. Very easy system to work. Press down a switch, pull out the stretcher just like this. I can do one finger. Very nice. I press a plus button here and it'll lower the stretcher down. Then you press a little button up here. It'll unlock the stretcher from the lift system itself, and you can move your stretcher around. Super easy system to do. Takes all of the load of the patient. Some patients you can have as light as 100 pounds all the way up to 450 pounds, 500 pounds, and it takes their weight off of our backs. It's easy to move a patient around. So all you do is you line it up here, click it until you see the green. You're gonna press the minus button on the controller, and it is going to lift the patient up, and I'm doing that with one finger. Pushing the truck like this, and the stretcher locks in place and charges itself. Very nice system. It's definitely something that we appreciate a lot to have in our trucks.
Right here we have a 2011 GMC Sierra 3500 lifted. This is brush 173. Its primary responses are to brush fires in the area here over in Cole Township. Basically has a 5-man cab and can haul around people up and deep into the woods and can go up hills. It's a great truck to be on when you're going deep into the woods. Interior here, pretty much standard cab with your officer and driver. In this compartment, a little bit of miscellaneous. The yellow bag up top there is a Indian tank, which is basically just a backpack full of water. You put it on your back, walk up into the woods, and if you can't get to a place where your hose lines can reach, that's your next thing, a fire source along with your rakes and stuff. Tow straps in case anyone gets stuck, miscellaneous nozzles, and other supplies needed for when we are deep in the woods. In this compartment right here is our hard suction. In case we need water and we're deep in the woods, we can hopefully get to a close lake or pond, throw that in and get our own water. Usually on brush fires, these tankers that are carrying 2,000 to 2,500 gallons are coming along with, and they can also supply us on these scenes. Back here we have our pump. It's about 200 gallon. Pump probably runs about 100 gallons per minute. Hose reel on the back, very useful. You can just pull it straight off. The hose will come out with it, and you're able to just go straight to the fire. In these drawers we have rake, shovels. In the wildfire section of stuff, these rakes are used for making fire lines, which is basically a point where you can put a wall in between the fire and the burnable fuel, and it's able to stop it from burning any further. In here is 200 feet of 1-inch forestry hose. Just another way to hopefully get some more hose to water on the fire in the woods. There's these little pipes on the brush truck on each side. Those pipes, they are used for if we're in a field, in the middle of a field on a field fire, we're able to flip a switch from the inside of the cab, and it is able to spray water from there. So basically from the pump to the front here, and able to put out fire while you're able to drive.
Cruising around outside earlier doing some shots out there, I noticed you had what looks like a training center out back there. Is that what that is?
Yeah, so we have a training tower out there that we built through some grants from a local company. So it's a training we can throw ladders up, flow hose, throw water through there. There's a couple other props. You asked about before about the man machine kit in here, so we have some props out there to work on those types of drills. We have a forcible entry door simulator out there, and then you can rappel out of the tower, do some rope work. So it's kind of very versatile for as small as it is. It's pretty versatile training area.
And the net hydrant that sits in front of it, is that a natural hydrant?
No, there's a dummy hydrant out there, but there's a live hydrant right out front, on Mill Street, so we can utilize that when we need to flow water. Yep.
Awesome. So training is a very important thing?
Yeah, so trainings are every Wednesday night at 6:30, and we'll do a variety of in-house training for everybody, ranging from the vehicle rescue, vehicle extrication, to rapid intervention team drills, to fire drills, to water supply. Pretty much everything we need to cover, we try to drill on.
So out here in the volunteer fire department, Elysburg area, how is your membership numbers here for the volunteers?
Yeah, our membership is like probably most every other volunteer fire company in our area. We could always use more. We're always looking for more folks to join and come out and help. So that can go from our administrative roles in running the fire company to active firefighters to fire police. We also have a community auxiliary. There's a lot of good folks that are involved in that come out and help us on our different breakfasts and fundraisers that we do throughout the year. So just a ton of opportunity. If you want to come down and join in, you can look for our Facebook page, Elysburg Fire. You can send a message through there. We can get information back to you, or stop in on a Wednesday, any Wednesday night. 6:30 is training night. There'll be guys here that can get you an application and get you going.
I'm sure they'll be more than happy to, right?
And get you going in that process. Yeah, I say this all the time. We have a lot of great people doing a lot of great things here at Elysburg. So.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be it. We're going to wrap it up here at Elysburg. We're going to head on out the door. We're going to crack on with our day. Thanks again for the opportunity to come and see an awesome station and meet a good group of men and women. The honor is mine. And as we come back, so does the other McHugh. So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, rise above, crack on. Stay safe out there, y'all.
Will not